to the computer. Hello, everybody. I'm going to put it in speaker view. There. Hello. I think Ron and I will pop down, but I'm not sure. Maybe I can click on us or not. Maybe the galley view is best. There. So it is our April Team Zoom, and I have a few things that I want to share with you. And on the line with us right now are Betty and Ashley, and both of these ladies are from Maine. And one of the purposes of having the Zoom is to connect us all over. We had 29 people signed up to be here. Where is everybody? But anyhow, I digress. The important ones are here. See? Okay, so I'm going to do a screen share. Hold on just a second. Screen share, and I'm going to choose the PowerPoint. It'll take just a second. Come on. Oh, I had to hit another button. Okay. So I want to do this. Maybe.
It's just gone.
Am I gone?
No, just you.
No? Can you see my
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, good. All right. Well, it's not going to let me make it big. Oh, there it goes. Hello. So what do we have tonight? Well, we have welcome, and I just did that. Welcome the people who are here. And if you're watching this or listening to this later, thank you so much for your time. We have recognition that I'm going to go over with you. We're going to talk about some host coaching, a tech tip, reunion, deals, and the next meeting. So top 10s list. I'm pretty excited to say that Danielle Wadsworth is #1 in sales this month so far. She's a superstar consultant from Maine. Then #2 is Ron and I, superstar directors from Maine. Nicole Enstrom, would you say that? Certified consultant from Washington. Ron,
certified.
Yes, brand new. So in our top 10, I gotta just take a break for a second. In our top 10 for our group right now, we have 4 people who are newly certified consultants. And that just totally jazzes me. And it shows that it doesn't matter how long you've been doing this business. It matters what you're doing with your business. And these folks have just, they've got it going on. Ron, who's the next one? You want to do the next couple?
All right, we have #4, Christine Tarpin, director in Maine. #5, Kelsey Hahn, lead consultant in Washington. And then #6, we have Jade Stevens from Maine, who is also a lead consultant.
#7, we have Chelsea Van Gordon, certified consultant in Maine. And #8 is Amber Bridger, certified consultant in Washington. #9 is Emily, how would you say that? Minigel? Emily M. Yes, Emily M, certified consultant in Maine. And last but not least, honey?
Laura Remick, newly certified consultant from South Carolina.
And the range for this is from 600 PRV to just over 1,500 PRV. In case you're wondering why we don't give you exact numbers, it's against policy for me to do that. So for a number of years, I shared exact numbers, and I didn't even realize as breaking policy. I didn't know what I didn't know. So, and then for our top sponsors, with 1 new family member each, we have Rachel Diaz, lead consultant in Indiana. Ron?
Kimberly Vickers, a certified consultant in Maryland.
And then Catherine McPartlin, I believe, certified consultant in New Hampshire. Super excited. Now, I know you can see me. So one of the things I absolutely love is getting charms in the mail. And when you sell over $2,000 a month, or if you hit a lifetime PRV level, or when you sponsor more than 2 people in a month, or maybe, no, when you sponsor people and you have 2 people who certify in the same month, I do believe it is, you get a training award. Anyhow, So I don't know if you can see this. Oh, it's just a little charm that says 2000. And Scentsy sends you, I don't think you can see this, I'm not sure. Yeah, so, yeah, oh, it is backwards, isn't it? So, and then it's just a nice little award saying thank you. And it's always nice to say, have a little pat on the back and said, hey, you did a good job. So I thought I'd take a minute to show you all that. One of these days, I'm going to have to put all my charms together so you can see that when you've been at this a minute, you have all kinds of stuff, lots of bling. So one of the things that we're working on getting ingrained in our minds, in the way we do our business, are the 6 skills of the selling system. So prospecting, booking, host coaching, presenting, follow-up, and sponsoring. It's something that we've always done. However, have we always done them to the best of our ability? Have we always paid attention to them? Maybe not. I gotta say I'm pretty guilty of it. So tonight we are talking about host coaching. And Betty was at the meeting and she saw Joelle presented at the meeting. Joelle had some stuff come up tonight, so she could not come. So bear with me. The first thing before you party or before you do your host coaching, you need to know how people want to party. So on location. Now on location, that could be, it's wherever you're in person. It could be in an office. It could be at a Dunkin' Donuts. It could be happy hour at a pub. It could be at a restaurant. It could be in the home. Wherever it is, you can party all different kinds of ways. But on location is when it's in person. And then on the go, so that is a basket party or a show on the go, and that, or some people just give catalogs. It depends on what the host wants from you. So I do have some hosts that's all they want is a couple of catalogs and some order forms, and they're good to go. Other folks, they want to sniff some stuff. So a show on the go. And then there's an online, or what I call a Facebook party. You can absolutely do a party just via email. However, email is not one of the platforms that people use as much as they do Facebook. So that's one more way to party. Now I want to show you, I got to stop screen sharing just for a minute because I want to pick a different screen sharing opportunity. Hold on one moment. I have a couple of documents pulled up. Now, I'm going to go here and start screen sharing. I'm getting pretty good at that. I didn't have too much of a difficult time. Now, when you have a host, you gotta know you don't know what you don't know, and they don't know what they don't know. So you need to talk to them. This might be their very first Scentsy party. This might be their very first home party ever. And it's important to find out some things. So after you book the party, I don't have a straw in this. I was looking for the straw. Sorry. Once you book the party, there's 5 touch points. So touch point number 1, right after you book the party, start a party on your PWS. And then send the host a save the date email and ask them to forward it to their friends and family. In this email, you're gonna add the link to the party. If you haven't already given them a host packet, you're gonna give them a host packet. If they're not an email person, and likely they are a Facebook person, create the event on Facebook and invite them to that, as well as private message them. This doesn't say that in there, but this is what I do. So private message them the link to their Facebook event, as well as the link to their party, because some people may not be wanting to be invited to an event, but they don't mind at all having a link and they can send it to be shopping. Now, one other thing that this does not say that I recommend as well is text them the link, because they're going to know people, the link to shop their party. They're going to know people who may not come also may not be Facebookers, and they can invite them to the party with a text and or invite them to shop. They could take a sneak peek, or they could just decide that they're not going to make it and they're going to shop online right then. Does all that make sense?
Yeah.
Perfect. Did I go too fast?
No.
Okay. Now, I'm going to bounce out of here. I know I'm bouncing around a little bit, but, oh, wait, no, that's a tech tip. Never mind. Hold on to that. So remember, I'm going to show you a tech tip, and if I forget, it has to do with this right here. So, touch point number 2. Call your host to confirm they've received the host packet and ask if they have any questions. So if you've mailed that host packet, that's when you're going to call them maybe 2 or 3 days later. If you haven't, if you've already given them their host packet, so you've already contacted them and let them know that you have their party set up. I would, if you've already given them their packet, I would just ask them how it's going. Ask them if you can help them by sending out invitations. Ask them anything that if they have questions. And then while you're talking to them, decide how people are going to be invited outside of, because you've already talked to them because you've sent them an event on Facebook, outside of the outside of Facebook. So are you going to use postcard invitations? Are you do they need help crafting a text message? However they want to be connecting with their guests. I would also, somewhere between touch point 1 and touch point 2, share that one of my greatest gifts that I love to give my hosts is I love to gift them their party. So if they've ever thought that Scentsy might be for them, and now is the right time for them, I would love to gift this party to you and invest in your future. So make it be your own words, but start in the beginning talking about that, because that way they're thinking about it the entire time. Okay. Coach your host on the importance of over-inviting and share ideas for inviting more guests. So I have another tool that I'm going to share with you in just a minute, but it's a great thing to talk to the host even about this formula that you see. I'm pointing, and I know that you can't see where I'm pointing. So to the right of the document, over here, you can see my mouse. There's the 10-7-2-1 formula for success. So if we get 10 guests there, so, and knowing that 1 out of 3, so if you invite 30 people, likely 10 people will come. So get 10 people to the party. Out of those 10 guests, 7 of them will likely place orders. 2 of those guests would likely commit to hosting a party, and 1 guest might be interested in the Sense business opportunity. So letting her know that that's why it's important to over-invite, so that we get those 10 guests there, and finding out what she wants, because finding out what she wants is going to help us to figure out how much she needs to have for a party. So I get to bounce out again because it's the right time for you to see this. And I've got stuff already set up, so don't worry, it won't take us too long. Okay, so I would have this in my host packet, and I would ask her to fill this out. So the host needs a wish list. The host needs to know why she's doing her party. Adults are what's in it for me people. Kids are too. However, adults really need it like laser focused, what it is that they're doing the party for. Some people just do it to get together and have fun, and that's okay. However, if that's their reasoning, I also want them to pick out some products that they really, really want in their home. So this, oh, sorry. This here, you can see my mouse, I think. Can you see my mouse? This here is where they're gonna put their wish list. And you can even, when you're dropping off the host packet, you can even go over this with them. You don't have to wait until the second touch point. So this also shows how much they're going to get in rewards. Because let's say she has, oh my gosh, maybe she wants $200 worth of Scentsy. All of her things that she loves up here. Oh, hello. No, I don't want to see you. No, I don't want to see you. Okay, so if she wants $200 worth of Scentsy, then she's going to want to shoot for that $500 party. And that's what's going to help her to know that she needs to book some people. And how is she going to know who to invite? Because sometimes people say, I don't know anybody. So first start out with their favorite people, and then people that they know in their family, people who they work with, their significant others, friends and family, or if they don't work, who does their significant other work with? Groups, clubs, and teams, and then anybody else. So their hairdresser, their nail tech, the lady at the grocery store, the lady at the corner store, anybody that they run into on a regular basis who they might invite to their party. Now, so this is a tool, and I don't believe I've uploaded this to Believers and Achievers, but after this Zoom, I will upload it. Am I going too fast? No, good. All right, so I'm going to bounce back to that other, that other form. For this particular thing, I probably should have put those two forms together, but I didn't think about that. Share screen. All right. So we covered that. So whenever you're chatting, so this may be a phone conversation, each touch point. This could be a Facebook conversation. It could be a Facebook video conversation. If you can connect on video, I so recommend it, because especially if you don't know them, it's going to build that relationship so much more solid, because they're going to see your face, they're going to hear your tone of voice, they're going to hear your excitement, and they're going to make you their Scentsy lady, or potentially their Scentsy upline. All right, so before you finish up talking with them ever, you're always going to want to make sure to plan when you're going to talk to them next. And why is that? Because we need to be intentional. Time escapes us. And if you set the time, then it's going to happen. If you don't set the time, then it might happen. So touch point number 3. So this could be where you deliver some mini testers and talk about the importance of outside orders. I probably have already done that in touch point 1 or 2, because I've already given them in my host packet or a show on the go. In your touch point 3, you're going to find out a head count. Now, do not rely on the Facebook event. So be sure to know who else is coming outside of Facebook. Who else have you talked to? Who are you texting people? So to increase, so some folks, for every 5 people that they have in attendance, they'll dangle them another prize. So it could be a scent circle, it could be a sample, it could be whatever it is that you want it to be. And I find myself looking at our pictures over there and not straight in the camera. I apologize about that. Now, another thing to find out is where you're going to be set up. Are you going to be set up in the kitchen, at the table, which is one of my favorite places to be, because I love to just sit around and sniff the testers and talk about Scentsy, or are you going to be in the living room? And you're going to find out if they have a flat surface, and it could be a surface that's, how far is this? 2.5 feet by 2.5 feet. It could be a really small surface. It doesn't have to be huge. And the importance of that is to know, do you need to bring a table? I think in all of the parties that I've ever been to, I've only had to bring a table twice. And I probably could have gotten away without it, because my setup doesn't have to take up a bunch of room. And it's important to keep it simple. Keep it simple, Scentsy, because if you want people to do what you do, you need to keep it simple. If you want people to understand our value of simplicity, you yourself need to not overcomplicate it. All right, and then the last one, find out when you're going to touch base with them again. So touch point number 4 is 24 to 48 hours before the party. You're going to get an attendance update, and this is when I will oftentimes give them a color challenge and say, hey, have your guests wear whatever color, purple, pink. Oftentimes, if it's a holiday or something like Easter time, I would have had them wear Easter colors. And when they do, they get entered into a specific prize, you know, to win a prize. And so what that does is the people that she hasn't contacted, and even the people that she has, she now needs to text them, call them, or private message them and say, hey, if you're coming, you got to wear this color. And it's a great way to make sure that people are, your host is connecting with people. I would also, sometime between touch point 3 and 4, I would issue them a challenge for a booking challenge. Find me one person who's going to book a party from you, and I'm going to give you X, Y, or Z. It doesn't have to be huge or just something special. Or it could be $5 more in host rewards, whatever it might be, just to have them be working on getting another dating for you, or excuse me, a booking. And you might even talk about her outside sales goal. I love to give them a goal of between $100 and $150 in outside sales, because I know that then they are almost at a qualifying party before I even walk through the door. And if this person is going to flip, I want them to flip and have good money. Do you know what flipping is? When you flip the host into a consultant and you gift her that party. Okay. So you're going to want to let the host know that when you're going to be there. So I usually will arrive a half an hour to 45 minutes ahead of time. However, my setup is not huge. So if I'm beyond that time, I want them to know that it's going to be fine. But I like to be there half an hour to 45 minutes. If you're there an hour or more before, that should be time that you plan on talking to the host about joining. If you're there that early, because if you're there that early and you have to set up that much stuff, that host is going to think there's no way I want to invest all the money in all that product to be able to do this. So you need to make yourself duplicatable.
Yep. Only if you're over here, she can.
Hi, Steve. So be enthusiastic and assure your host that the party is going to be fun for everyone.
Amen.
All right, so now they know at this point that the next touch point that you're going to have is the day of the party and when you're going to be arriving. So, and this talks about turning your host into a consultant. And I've already talked to them about that. This also talks about giving your host a mini goals, such as getting 4 more orders to earn a free gift. We've already talked about that. And mind you, these things don't come from me, they come from Scentsy. So just know that you don't have to do these things in this particular order. You can do them in the order that works for you. Ask your host questions about the party guests to gauge who might be a good candidate for a host to join. So that would be in the setup time before the guests get there. You are asking them, all right, so who's my party animals? Who can you see as someone that would be an awesome Scentsy consultant?
Right.
So that's also planting seeds in her mind or his mind that, you know what, maybe I'm that person. But you're not saying, so do you want to do it? Huh? Do you want to do it? It's a nice, smooth, easy way. And then the day of the party, I like to do this before the guests come. Are we closing today? Let's say it's Sally Sue's party. Sally Sue, are we closing today? Or do you need until Friday? So this says 4 or 5 days later. But for me, I like a short window, because if all the guests at the party pay and the pre-orders, if they've already paid, people want their stuff. And the longer you, is Steve giggling at me?
Yep.
Anyhow, so the longer you hold the party open and the longer people wait for the stuff, the less likely they are to order. So I try to make sure that that's a short window of time. What questions do you have for me?
What do you put in a Hostess packet?
Okay. Do we have one of our shows on the goes handy? I think there's some out. Ron's gonna go get, so my host, whether it's a host that's having a show on the go or a home party, hold on, I can pop out of this. Stop screen sharing. They get a show on the go, and Ron's going to, I think I have some right out on my porch where my Cincy office is. And it's pretty basic, usually 2 catalogs, 2 showcase brochures, and 2 to 4 product order sheets. So catalogs are the most expensive, and some people are flippers, so they need to have catalogs in there. Some people aren't flippers, so a showcase brochure will work. And then other people, well, everything is on our product order sheets, so that's what I give them for that. I also give them a flyer for the warmer and scent of the month. And I give them, like this month, we have specials for the bricks and the Mother's Day bundle. So I put those on a postcard, and that's in there. I give them something about host joining. So either a postcard that I've created or the dream one that you can order online. Sorry. And some order forms, usually 6 to 10 order forms. And I have a business card in there, usually a pen, a sample of some sort. Usually it's either Scentsy Fresh or it's, oh my gosh, I can't even talk. Oh, what is that? Counter Clean. One of those is usually in there. And whatever I have, really. And anywhere between 15 and 20 testers, mini testers. And again, if you have, if you didn't find one, can you go to the van? There's a green one behind my seat. And so again, if you have 20 testers and you have 2 or 3 parties, divide those testers between the 2 or 3 parties. So don't feel like because Melanie gives 15 to 20 testers that that's what you got to give. I just make whatever I have work. And they don't always have to be from the new catalog. They can be current testers, so not new, but from the last catalog that have come back or from our core. Oftentimes what I will do is the new ones, and again, it can be costly, so know this. If you're doing a lot of parties, it's gonna be beneficial for you to do this. You can either get one set of mini testers, the full set of mini testers, and that's 80 testers. You can divide those up into how many parties that you want to. So if you decide to get, I don't know, 5 parties, 6 parties out of that, whatever goes into 80. And just get those ready. And so, because if you get them ready, you're going to get them out, because who wants to sit on them? They're little employees. So I found these bags at Paper Mart. I believe you can get them from Amazon as well. I used to use, you can use baggies, you can use whatever you want. I got the idea from Scentsy, because last year or the year before, I think it was last year, they gave us our mini testers in bags like this. So the product order sheets, oh, I forgot something, the showcase brochure. So this, I don't know if you can see it very well or not, but this is a combine and save sheet. Since I have been putting this in there, more people use the combine and saves. I know it's in the catalog, but for whatever reason, people don't tend to look in the catalog for the combine and saves. And I always tell people, find the deals, because it might kind of, the host, if you're talking to the host, it might boost your sales. You can save people money and get more sales because they're getting a combine and save. So catalog. I do oftentimes give out host packets, but if I don't have any printed up at the time, I don't stress about it. So order forms. And best advice that you see these aren't done. I'm sorry, Betty, I'm not a good example. But if you highlight the information that you want them to fill out, they're more likely to fill that out. I was doing 10 up, and I'm like, there's no way I'm taking the time to do this.
Okay.
So this is the flyer for the Warmer Incentive of the month, and I always put the sticker right on the very front so people can scratch and sniff it. A buddy card on one side has the buddies, on the other side has the scent packs.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah, the bricks, so that's on special, and then on the back side the Mother's Day, because I like to use all of my real estate, and so I could print 2 separate cards, but that's extra paper, and that paper is expensive.
Sure.
This is a postcard that I did up on Vistaprint, and in the blue, you can't see this, but it has my story, my abbreviated story. And I learned how to tell this particular one from another superstar director. I'm like, oh, it's so cool and so simple. So yeah, so there's that. Do I have anything else? This one doesn't even have a sample, and it doesn't even have a pen. See, so what I usually do isn't what I always do. So I must not have had any pens right handy, and I must not have had any samples done on. And it didn't even have business card in it. So
Wow.
Ron must have did that one up.
Steve did it.
Okay. Does that answer your question? Oh, and this bag,
Yes.
this bag I found on Wish. Have you ever used Wish?
I have a couple times.
So Wish usually will charge you shipping per piece. So I believe this bag was either $3 or $4 and $1 for shipping. I want to say $3 because usually I won't spend $4. And I know that you're like, you're a superstar director, you can afford to spend more. But whatever I do, you need to be able to do. So if I'm spending $50 on bags, is that going to be relatable for you? Are you going to think, I can't do that? Exactly. So, and you know what? I'm cheap. I like to save where I can so I can spend where I want to. So, all right. So, are you ready for the tech tip?
No.
Tell him to stop distracting you. You're on a business call. It's important.
Ryan. It's Ryan.
Oh, all
He's
right.
like telling me to listen. He's like, listen to Mel instead of being on your phone. But I'm trying to get directions tomorrow to a party at the same time.
Oh, you're multitasking. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to give you the tech tip. And to do that, I need to go to my workstation. Can I find my workstation? Hold on.
Huh?
The same road as Paul's, I think.
I don't know where it is.
The same road.
Whiteboard, desktop. Maybe desktop? No, that is the desktop. Man, I should be able to show you this. Hold on just a minute.
That's on 43.
Oh, I get in there.
Let's go weekend. I believe it's Lavonville.
So I'm looking for,
No.
yeah,
Ashley-
no, I don't need the report. I need to get to the World Wide Web.
I don't know what blinking lights you're talking about.
I think it's in front of Lavonville.
All right. So I'm really, really sad, but I cannot find how to get to screen share. Hold on 2 seconds.
Time's up.
I know, huh? I know.
Wow.
Betty's taught me to be mouthy.
Yeah, blame it on Betty. I think you were mouthy all along. Now let's see if I
Proving
can.
I'm doing something right.
Let's see if I can find it now that I just went there. All right. So, you know what I'm going to have you do? Because I can't get there. I don't know why. I'm going to have you, look, I can get to, hold on. Oh, but that's just this. What are you seeing right now?
Oh, it left. Nothing.
You see nothing?
Nothing.
Okay. My screen share was paused. So here's what I want you to do. While I'm talking to you, I want you to go to your workstation.
It's supposed to do 3 things.
Yep, 3 things, Betty.
Let me tell you some stories about that.
How do I get out of here?
See, that's one story.
Are you there, Ashley?
What was that?
Are you at your workstation?
Yes, I am.
Are you at your workstation, Ashley?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, so,
Yes, it's the bundle.
okay, so when you get to your workstation, I want you to click on Orders.
Okay.
What?
Betty, you at Orders?
Like
Oh.
a mile and a half.
Sorry, Mel, what?
Are you on Orders right now?
Yes.
And then on the left, it'll say Sensi Order, Pending Orders, Order History, Parties.
Yes.
I want you to click on Parties. And then what you should see is all of the parties that you've had. And it'll say the party name, the host, the party date. And then over here, under View on PWS, there's a copy party link.
Yes.
So when I am setting up my parties, I gotta find you again. When I'm setting up my parties and I'm creating my Facebook events or sending the link to the host, if I have more than one that I'm doing at one time, that's where I go because they're all there. I don't have to go into each individual party to be able to get the link to share with the host. That's my tech tip for today. Okay?
Awesome.
Yeah, it's a time saver. And I only found it a little while ago and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is gonna save me so much time. Because sometimes, now I'm not bragging, but sometimes I have to set up 5, 6, or 7 parties. And that can take a long time going in and out and in and out. So just finding that was a huge time saver. Okay, back to the PowerPoint. I can do this, I can screen share. All right, so let's make it big. We're biggieing it. There, we've done that one. Oh, okay. So I wanted to make sure that you are incredibly aware of the deals that we're having this month. Yes, you're very well aware. Sell it, sisters, because it's one more reason to talk to people. Sensi gives us great reasons to talk to people. So these bricks, can I have? So, oh, do we have a bar handy? Can you get me a bar? Oh, hold on. I'm going in. So can you see this? This is, the brick is about almost 6 times as big as the bar. So pretty cool. And tomorrow I will have all 6 of them. And if you have any of them, bring it with you everywhere you go, because people don't know how big these are, and it's amazing. And I got to tell you that sea salt and avocado is yummy. I wouldn't have thought it was yummy, but it's yummy. And they're only available this month. So the warmer and scent of the month, it already has run for its first initial run, but we have until the 28th to sign up for the warmer and scent or just the scent of the month. It's a fantastic deal. That said, if you're not moving the product, do not order it every month because you do not need 10 bars of all of the same scent. Ask to trade some bars out with another consultant that's near you. Or make yourself committed that, you know what, if I'm going to get this, I am going to move every single one of these 10 bars because you're not in the business to get products stocked up on your shelves. You're in the business to make money. And if you're connecting with people and forcing yourself to get these bars moved, then you'll do it. And the more that you don't and you collect product, it's one more reason to say, what am I doing this for? Oh my word, I have all this stuff. I'm not making any money. You got to connect with people. All right, so there's an each one, reach one contest going on till the end of the month. Every person who sponsors a person gets entered to win a prize. I got to look back and figure out what I'm going to give, but I'm sure it's something good. Maybe I didn't even tell you what it is. So it's a way that you could potentially double your team one person at a time. We could. You know, it only takes a few good peeps to make your business amazing. Reunion. So did you know that they extended the early bird registration till the end of the month?
Nope.
Yep, I just read it on the workstation on the news tab. And I'm like, yes, because I was telling Ron, they didn't give us very long for an early bird to register. There was only a few days. Well, 16 days, I think. So we have until the end of the month to save $50 on registration. And if you're wondering why you should go, because you really should go. And there's like a whole bunch of reasons on the workstation on the news tab that will say. One of the very cool reasons is there is a new fragrance system coming out. And I can't tell you what it is. I'm sorry. If you want to know what it is, you need to be a superstar director. So there's a new fragrance delivery system coming out, and everybody who attends Reunion will be able to receive one. And that's going to be super cool. And I'm pretty sure that they're going to make it so that in the month of August, only the people who attend Reunion will be able to sell that system. They do this for a couple of reasons. It creates a smaller group, a pilot group, so that if there's going to be issues from September 1st, we will have handled those issues before September 1st with a smaller amount of people. So that's kind of a pretty cool reason to come, if nothing else. But you got to look at the news tab. There's a ton of really great reasons to come. So what's left? The next team meeting is going to be in Newport. I can't remember the day. Ashley, does that make it closer for you to come?
Yeah, Newport I think is about half hour, 35 minutes from me, so.
And I'm even thinking about doing it on a Saturday instead of a Thursday, because I'm wondering if some folks would be able to come on a Saturday versus a Thursday.
Yeah, Saturday would definitely be a lot easier for me.
Betty, are your Saturdays often cluttered?
No.
So I think I gotta check around to find out. I gotta look at my schedule first, and I think that might be a good thing. Oh, I don't. What about a Sunday? I don't have any Saturdays available till May 27th. Whoops. All my Sundays are free. So I think we're going to have it on a Sunday instead of a Thursday. And
Sundays work too.
It will likely be that very first weekend, and it will be in the afternoon, not in the morning, so that people who go to church can attend church. So I'll let you know. But it'll be in the afternoon, not the evening, and it'll be on Sunday rather than Thursday. Because I wanna mix it up a little bit. And if people don't love it, then you got to let me know. So the next Zoom meeting is going to be May 16th. And I don't know if you have the availability to come, but Party with a Purpose training is May 20th. It is fantastic training for all consultants. It's designed for the brand new consultant. However, there's so much to talk about, and some of the things that you might not know that you didn't know. So, and it will be based on those 6 skills that we talked about. So, that's the end of that. Yeah. So, what questions do you have for me?
None that I can think of right now.
That's not her though, right? Oh, okay. So here's a housekeeping issue that's very sad for me. I mail stuff out and it comes back. Isn't that awful? It comes back because people with post office boxes don't always list them in the workstation. And if I don't have a post office box and they actually have their physical address there, but there's no receptacle to receive mail, then whoever it is not going to get it because it's going to get sent back to me. And every month there's folks that happens to. So even though the 2 of you probably have absolutely fine addresses, anybody who's listening in, if you have a post office box, yeah, I don't want to get any more yellow slips. No more yellow slips.
She is frozen.
Am I frozen?
Yeah.
Holy smokes, I don't know what happened.
You're moving and talking now.
Did you see Ron share the yellow slip? I don't know when we lost you. You lost me.
No.
Okay, so Ron, no more yellow slips. Because if I get a piece of return mail with a yellow slip, then that means that you didn't get it. So if you have a post office box address, you need to update it. Also, if you have an email address and you're not getting emails from Sensi, you might want to update your email address to make sure. Just check it out on your account tab. Because sometimes I send out emails, not very often, but sometimes I send out emails, and often Sensi will send out emails, like newsletters and stuff like that. So if you're not getting them, it might be because they don't have your right email address. So I'm going to get ready to turn off the recording. And so, ladies, thank you. You can stay if you'd like. Thank you for being here. For the folks who are listening to this or watching this later, thank you so much for your time. I am super excited that you have invested in yourself, and I can't wait to see what you do with your business in 2017. Bye for now.